Oh, thank you for that, Mr. Matthew or Sigwe. Please, thank you for that. I've started recording it. So, okay. So let me just come again since I've started recording. Please let me come again, please. So I can capture the whole thing. Let me just go back. Okay. So our last class, what we discussed about what is the first thing we discussed was the difference between resume and CV, and we all concluded. Can you all see my screen? I'm coming, please. Okay, I'm coming. Can you all see my screen now?
Yes.
Good, thank you. Thank you. So I said in our last class, we discussed about the difference. We started with the difference between the resume and the CV, and we all concluded that throughout the class, Mr. Oluwashin, can you see it now? Just type yes or no so I can know. Oh, good, good. Thank you. So I can continue. So we discussed about resume and CV, and we all concluded that throughout the class, we are going to call it CV. So I said resume and CV are all the same thing, just the way we use it. Locations, our country differs from each other. In US, they do call it resume. In UK, they do call it CV. In some other country, there's some still choose to call resume and some still choose to call it CV. In Germany, if you have to write any CV, your CV is a must. Passport is actually required. The photograph is required when writing a CV in Germany. But in Japan, if you have to write a CV must be, you have to write it with your handwriting, not with computer. So everybody has his own style of writing CV or resume, but we have concluded that in Nigeria, we call it CV. Generally, CV, that's what we call it. So we discussed the first thing. When it comes to CV, the first thing that comes first is your name, which is going to be the heading. Your name, your first name and your last name, then followed by your contact details, your email, your phone number, your LinkedIn account, if you have one, if you have a GT Hub account, and your, what else again? Your phone number, your email, and your LinkedIn account, and your address. So when writing address, I think I forgot this the last class. When writing address, you don't need to start writing number 24, Olonshogo, Olonkoro Street, Abuja, beside AFCT, Karo, Metama, Asokoro. No, what you just need to put is Metama, FCT, comma, slash, then the next thing is, if you have your phone number, your email follows. So you don't need to start writing number 32. No. The most important thing, the city and the state. So that's it for that. So, and follow the next thing you have to do is your professional summary or your profile. The reason why I'm calling the profile and professional summary is this. For somebody that just started a career, maybe you're an intern, you are looking for, you just finished, you just graduated from school, you're still a fresh graduate, there's nothing professional you have. So just call it profile. Or some choose to call it career objective. Okay. And if somebody that have started a career, an entry level role or mid level role, you are going to make use of professional summary because you started a career. You've been known for a single one particular thing. Maybe you're an accountant, or you're an HR, you're a banker, you're a bank teller, any role of your choice. So that is, since you have you have an experience in that particular field, 2-3 years and above, you can make use of the word professional summary. And we are talking about in this section, professional summary, there are some things that are very vital you have to input, not just write, you are this, you are that. There are some key points. If you're able to tell them who you are, what you can do, and what you are willing to offer the company, by writing this, you can tell them you are so with, you're an HR with 7 years of experience. well versatile in these skills using this and this and this. If you are given the opportunity, you just tell them about yourself and what you are about to offer. So that is it for that one. The next thing follows is the skill. This section, so the skills, we were talking about the skills here. So these skills, that's what we call skills and core competency, which is your soft skills and your hard skills or your technical skills. Let me use that word. I can see some people CV, what they are writing is technical skills, which is their hard skills. But when it comes to soft skills, which is the normal skills, so the difference between soft skills and hard skills, somebody gave us a definition, which I just reiterated by saying soft skills are these basic skills that which they expect every one of you should have, just like a computer literate. You have to, they expect everybody should know how to operate a computer at this age, at this technology we have. So these are your soft skills. Okay, proficient in use of Microsoft Suite. Okay, your leadership skills, your team-oriented, adaptivity, your creativity, your problem-solving skills, those are soft skills. But when you talk about technical skills or your hard skills are the thing that you are, those are the transferable skills. All you've learned over the time, what you can do, you've been doing, and you are very sure of yourself, you can do it. For example, maybe you are a data analyst. You can tell them you are very versatile in Microsoft Excel expert. You can call yourself Excel expert using a pivot table or Tableau. And if you are a tech man, you can tell them you can do Java, you can design, you know how to make use of UI UX. Those are your hard skills or your technical skills. So, and I'm able to differentiate the two. So as a beginner, which I mean beginner is somebody starting his career, which is a fresh graduate, what you should have is the normal basic skills, your leadership skills, your team oriented, you know, how creativity, your team management, how you do things, ability to multitask. These are normal basic things. But for someone with years of experience, you should be able to put in your core competencies. So you can just gap it. You can tell them your technical skills, and you can still write together your skills and core competencies. So you put your normal soft skills and you mix it up with your hard skills. Then the next thing on the row is professional experience. So, a lot of people, there's a question somebody asked me one time. I don't have experience. I just finished. I don't know, no experience. So what should I put on my CV? Don't forget your NYC. During your NYC, you were posted to somewhere. That's an experience. Okay, you're a teacher. Put it on the CV. Which role are you trying to apply for? You can't expect somebody with zero experience applying for a job of 5 years of experience. They are expecting you to apply for interns, graduate trainees, because they are looking for someone with zero or little experience in that particular field. So every field has its own. There's a way you start your career. Some are lucky to start with KPMG, Deloitte, and so on and so on. Then they started as a graduate trainee. So some started as an internship. So some started as a volunteer. I started my own career as a volunteer. I started volunteering as an HR to a company, Rekit Benkisa. So that's how I started my own career in HR. So we all have these ways of starting a career, but for someone that has been there, that has so many years, different experience in different industry, you go in by using the word professional experience. And when doing this, the first thing I expect you to do is you should list all your experience according in a chronological order. What I mean by chronological order is listing your experience from the recent down to the last one. You have to list it from the recent one. If you are working with this particular company right now, even okay, in this case, maybe you are working with 2, 3, or let me just say 3 different companies, and you are still working with them. How do you do about this? The question is, this is the answer to it. You started at where? Let's assume you started with Nestle 2021, and you are still working with Nestle as a consultant. You are just going, coming back, and you are working with Flour Mill. Same 2021. Same 2021, you are working with KPMG. So this is what let's assume Nestle you started in January. You started Flour Mill February, then KPMG March. So what I expect you to do is the last one, which you started March, KPMG will come first till present, followed by Flour Mill, That one is February. It's still more recent than January. So January will be the last one. That's how you arrange it. I've seen somebody that have come to me. Which one comes first? I'm working in this company present today. So how am I going to arrange it? So the last one you join, that will be the first one on the list. Then followed by the second one. You arrange them chronological order from the recent downward. Then the first thing is when you to do this, you have to start with the job title. So the first thing is your job title, the role. That's what I mean by job title. If you're a bank teller, you're a sales and marketing expert, sales and marketing manager, you're a promoter, you start with your job title, followed by the name of the company. The name of the company is actually important. Okay, fine. Because that name of the company it tells a lot that you can find this company is FCMB. Okay, sorry, they call it FMCB. I don't know if I get it right. Fast moving consumable goods. So that is going to tell them that okay, this person has a knowledge in particular industry. Then the next thing is when you started working with them, the year you started working with them, you write if it is March 2020, you are still working there till present. If you stop working there, you put the month. You don't need to put date. 12 March 2022. Remove that one. Just write March 2021 to till present. March 2021 to February 2024. That's just it for that. Then back to your achievement and the key responsibilities. Okay, I said something earlier on. When it comes to this aspect, you don't need to too much of bullets makes your resume clustered. When you want to express yourself, you've done this, you've done that, you start listing all the whole thing. Before you know, you start having 5 pages resume, sorry, CV rather. So in this way, that's what they call key achievements. We have like in something important, like yes, is a must. You've done something, so that is the most important thing, the most pertinent thing it should be on your CV. So for some roles, let me just say job title. You have to talk in numbers. There's a way you talk in numbers, and there's some roles that you just have to use the word action verb to demonstrate your achievements. So the thing is maximum of 5 bullets, maximum. I only do 6 bullets if that person doesn't have much of experience. Like maybe you just work in two or three companies. So for it to at least to cover the 2 pages. So I can make it 6 bullets, maximum 5. As for me, you should be able to sell yourself in that 5 bullets. You should be able to tell them your responsibility and your achievement together. There's a way you match these 2 things and for you to sell yourself. So like I said, don't make it too clustered. Then you listed the whole thing. Some people, I've seen someone will just list his responsibility. They will now come another section, achievement, list another thing again, and key achievement again. No, it is not done that way. Just make it simple, short, and brief. So nobody have that time to start reading words to words. So then the next thing followed by the next experience. The next experience, you list it, you do the same thing, your job title, the company, when you start working, and when you stop working with that company. So that's it. Then the last thing we talked about is your educational qualification after your professional experience or what did I even call it? Professional experience or history. So the next thing you have is educational qualification. You have to do the same thing. You have to arrange them from the recent downward. If you have a master's, if you have a doctor, you start with that. The name, okay, you find the institute you went to, find you went to UNN, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Okay, qualification, master's in which field? You can just do your, master's, MSc in brackets, then the field, accountant. So your BSc, you list it from your recent one. And if normal undergraduate, that's if BSc is your highest skills, you list it. You start from that one. No need of putting your secondary school. The use of secondary school is no more needed again, because for you to have passed through that stage, we all know that yes, what you are applying for, the least qualification is BSc, which we already know that yes, you must have passed through secondary school. Nobody is going to do background check on secondary school. But I believe me, If you put any school thinking, and you've not gone to school thinking you know how to do it, there's a way they do run background check. They will send a letter to your school to check if you actually graduated from that school with that CGPA, if they're actually looking for people with CGPA, maybe first class, second class, or third class. And another question, somebody asked me the last time, can we put our grades? Fine. If you have a good grade, you can boost, you can boost yourself. Nothing like that. This one saying when I was still in school then, if you put first class, imagine people, when the HR see your CV and they discover this person is a first class, it's going to chase me away from my position. They're going to just steer my CV. They will not employ me. Nothing like that. You guys are not in the same category. If you are proud of yourself, you graduate with distinction, put your first class. Nobody asks for it, but you are just telling them, yes, you are brilliant, fine. But for somebody that graduated with third class, lower class, lower credit, they are not asking for that. I hardly see, there are years, I'm not saying that's not, I hardly see when most companies do request for grades. What they just tell you is BSc in particular field, and some actually still tell you minimum of lower credit. But in that case, if not, maybe you are regarded with your class, don't even bother putting it in that section. So that's it for that one. Then after that one, if you have any training, if attended any training or professional course, then you have another paragraph. You can just tell them training / certificate. I said something earlier on that the last class, I said who can differentiate between certification and certificate. The difference between certification and certificate is this. A certificate is a course done on your own or by one consultant outside that, and at the end of the training, you were offered a certificate. That's what they call certificate. For example, if you go for a woman resources course, at the end of the program, they will give you a certificate for training, for you passing through the curriculum activities, and after writing the test, they will give you a certificate as yes. For them to tell you that yes, you learn this particular field or doing their own, in their own company. But certification is a situation whereby is a condition whereby they are regulated by a body, by a federal government body. For example, you are an accountant, you've studied accounting in school. For you to be a bona fide accountant, they will tell you you should have ICANN or ACNN, all these things. Or if you're an HR, you need to be CIPM certified. Those bodies you are going to apply, for them, they are going to ask you, put in inside some activities, and at the end of the activities, they are going to, assess you if you are good in that particular field before they can certify you. If you write their test, you failed, the activities, you did not perform very well, they will not certify you as a certified accountant or as a certified woman resources officer or professional. So certifications are being offered by regulated body, by federal governments or international bodies. That's the difference between certification. So what they are going to give you at the end of the day is certification, certifying you that yes, so person has passed through this test, so he's a certified accountant or HR. So that's the difference between certificate and certification. So I was saying something, you don't mix them together. Let your certificate and training should be on the stage. Then your certification should be on another level. You can just, okay, Mr. Bamtale, you can talk, unmute yourself and talk. You have a question. I can see you raising up your hand.
Yes, good evening. Sorry, I didn't want to take you back. I now wait till you finish. I want to ask a question. If, for instance, I've only worked in a particular organization, let me say in bank, and I have 16 years experience. But in my 16 years, I've worked in like 5 different units.
Okay.
Do you understand? I've worked
as
a transaction, as head of operation.
Yes.
I've worked in like 4-5 units, but just a particular industry, which is a bank. How do I do that in my CV? Say, for instance,
I understood you very well. Let me rephrase what you just said. What Mrs. Bamtale just said was, for someone, how would somebody go about it if all your career has been in one particular company, you've not leave that company to another company? So how will you go about it? And you've had that person had have up to 16, 20 years of experience in that particular company. But we should not forget something. You started at a particular level, maybe as a trainee. You started, maybe, for example, now, for somebody, a banker, for you to be a director in a bank, you must have started your career you can even start your career in that bank and end your career in that bank. And you don't forget, you were recruited, you started as a graduate trainee. So that is the first position you are holding at that moment. You've once held the graduate trainee for some years. So you will still be in the same way. So that means you will start from the recent one. Now you are the manager level. So now you've been a manager, you list UBA bank manager. That time you were promoted to that manager point. Okay, March 2020 to present, I'm a manager here. What you've done, then you come back before the manager. You are I don't know any other something below manager. Okay, executive level. You are appointed to be an executive member. So yeah, you can be a executive member. You list it. That will be your second experience. Downward till we get to when you started this something, maybe as a customer service. I've seen someone that started in a company as customer service, later on moved to change it to HR. That same company, is it not going to include it? Yes, she or he is going to include it inside her CV. Which means the recent one, that recent post you are holding, that recent post you started with it, then follow, you start, you start listing it downward, one after the other. Is that clear?
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome, ma'am. Any other question before I move ahead? Okay. Let me continue. I think where I stopped was I was talking about certification. After that one, so I was saying don't mix up your certificate and certification together. Let certificate / training be on a particular level. Then the next thing, your certification and membership can join. Both can still relate together. Maybe now you're a member of CIPM, and still you are a member of so bar, and yes, you still have this certificate, or you have the license of this particular field. You can merge license and certification or membership together. Then after that one, what we have left is somebody we're talking about. Maybe you've done volunteers the last class. How do I go about that one? I don't want to include it. You've volunteer for some NGO, you've done some private thing, you've decided you've mentored a lot of people. That section comes in by using the word, you can use the word volunteer, you can use the word interest. So this aspect, you can tell them what you've done, the things you've done, the things you've volunteered, where you've worked, the achievement of how you've trained more than 20 people, 20 students on how to kickstart their career in tech. Those are potentials. You call them potentials for you to have some interest. Okay, fine. And in that aspect of interest, you can still tell them you are willing to learn so thing after seeing a lot of things. That's another paragraph for that one. And the last thing, and the last one, but we have reference. So there's a question: can I list? Can I list my reference? Can I put my reference? I mean the names of my reference and reference, the number and the name. And there's a question somebody asked one time, but not in this class. Somebody was trying to ask me what's the difference between reference and a guarantor. I don't know. Don't let me ask it. Let me just answer it. The difference between reference and a guarantor is this: as a reference, you being a referee, serving as a reference for somebody. The difference between reference and a guarantor is a reference. That person is just telling you that. He's telling you that yes, for this social person, I can vouch for this person on his behavioral skills. This person is telling me I'm assured that this person can do this particular thing. I trust his behavior. He cannot, he acts not. This social person has not done anything, theft. That's to any criminal record, doesn't have it. So they are attesting to that person that we know this person to be in a good conduct, good manner. So that's the reference. But a guarantor is standing for you. So let me just go straight. The guarantor is somebody that, yes, for example, this position, okay, fine, I want to put you in accounting department. Then the NATED is going to bring a guarantor, not a reference, which means if this person do anything, steal our money or run away with our property, you are coming back for the guarantor. You'll be the one to be held accountability for that person stole. So as a guarantor, you are standing in for that person. If that person misbehave, even though that person is not in town, they are coming for you, they will arrest you. But as a reference, nothing is going to happen to you. You're only attesting that social person is this. Sorry. So you're only attesting that this particular person, has good conduct and good behavior. That's the difference between reference and a guarantor. So as a reference, is it allowed to put reference? Is it allowed to put reference on your CV? No. Only if it is stated in the job description that you should include reference, then you can put it. But if it's not, if they did not ask for reference, later on they will ask, but at that moment, just put available upon request. If they need it, they will call you to provide reference. And one of the mistakes we do is when we're talking about reference, most of us will just say my pastor, my doctor in school, my supervisor, my so person. Before you use somebody as a reference, you need to contact that person. Tell that person that, see you, sir, I want to use you. Oh, okay. So I want to use you for my reference, and tell them that, sir, I'm even applying for this role. So in that case, they might even, the way they call that person, that so person used as a reference, that person will remember that yes, he or she called me. So that person will be able to talk more and even present you better to the company. So that is just it. Make sure you contact them before using them as a reference. And if you are changing them, let them know. Anybody you are using for your reference, let them know that, sir, I'm using it for reference. Not just put anybody's number because you know them. And they might even call the person and be like, do you know so. The man will be like, I don't know anybody behind that name. I think I know so many farmer BLE, and I don't know that particular one you're talking about. So that is going to be zero for that person's end. So that is how we stopped in the last class, and I showed different samples of CV, how the format that I make use of, which is the US standard format. So I shared it. Now, even from the Google Drive, I shared those templates. So for you can make use of the template, edit it to your own taste. If you are using a whole template, you can change it to the one I sent to you. That one looks so simple and looks unique. So that is what we discussed in the last class. And there's one more thing I don't know if anybody have gone through that Google Drive, the link. There's this notepad that I included the sites of where you can write CV. When we started writing CV, then no use of technology. Let me even say that's used, but we don't know how to make use of it like that. We started sitting down brainstorming, thinking about the person's job responsibility before, okay, fine, okay, you've done this rule, what have you done, for us to draft the key achievement of that person. But with the aid of technology now, there's nothing new on earth. There's nothing new you want to tell me I've done. I'm the first person that I've done that is just doing this particular thing. Just like the way they used to tell you when you were still in school then. No project you want to say you want to do today. That's not that project. Somebody must have done it. It's even online. A lot of people have published that same project, maybe different geopolitical zone, maybe different locations or village you are using makes it different. So that's just it. So there's nothing new again. So there's this website I want us to take a look. This website is going to help you to, for example, maybe you find it difficult to explain your professional summary. Okay, I'm an accountant. I don't know how to put my words together. This website is going to help you put some words together, and you are going to do what you just need to do is look at the one that actually suits your field, then edit it to your taste if you want to edit, and if you don't want to edit, it's left to you. You just copy them, then you go back to your template, you put it, you insert it. So I want us to look at that site, one or two, then everybody can learn how to make use of the site. Then we can talk on how to apply for jobs before we go into LinkedIn. So I said some things, there are some errors we don't do when writing CV. For example, date of birth, state of origin, gender, marital status, single, married. I was born in Okene, Nagazieba. Please, if you have these things on your CV, kindly remove it, take it out. It's an outdated form of writing CV. Back in the days, that's how we put it. We start with your personal profile. You list this thing, but today it's no more required again. Things has changed. Okay, and I was saying this, okay, your CV, it should be well arranged and well presentable, because your CV is you. before they can call you for interview, the first thing they will see is your CV. Your CV tells much about that person, that, okay, this person we are inviting has these things, has knowledge of this and that. So imagine your CV is not well prepared, it's not well presentable, it's not in organized form, different fonts. That reminds me, which font is best? Which font is best used when writing CV? I'll give you like 4. You can use Times New Roman. You can use Gives Sman. You can use Tahoma. Some people use Tahoma. Some people, you can still use book anti something. So we have fonts. Somebody want to say something? Okay, so we have fonts. I'm going to show you those fonts. Let me just say 4 or 5. You can use any choice, anyone you like of your choice. Then the size, that reminds me, I've seen a CV whereby we have different size and different type of fonts. This person is using Times New Roman, here is using Tahoma, other place is using Arial Black. So you have to be very careful when you are using fonts. Make sure you use one font throughout your CV. And font size is actually important, 12 or 11. You can make it 11 while the job title and the company, you are using 12 for them. So for them to differentiate, okay, this, and your job title and the company's name, you can highlight them. It should be in block fonts, and you can bold it. Then your date you started and the day you finished working with them, you can italic that one. That one should be italic, in italic forms. So the font size should not be more than 12. I've seen somebody that, somebody CV and I'm seeing 8.5. Very difficult. Imagine me going through your CV. I have a lot of work to do and I see everything tiny. You start stressing me. In that name, I will just even abandon your work and I will call the next applicant. Let me check. I don't have time. So these are the common mistakes or error that we do sometimes. And as I was saying, your CV is what they see before they call you. Your CV, comes first before you. You forward it. Okay. So, your CV is what they see. And passport, if they, in some space, in some cases, they ask you passport, include your passport, then you kindly provide your passport. But if they did not requested for it, don't bother putting it. Lastly, on this page, I remember, if your email is not aligned with your name is Babajide Joseph, and you are using Sexy Sweetie Sandy 16 1994, please, it's not professional. Kindly change it. This is a well name, Babajide Joseph at gmail.com, babajide1 at yahoomail.com. Use something professional. So in that, okay, any other thing, okay, I'll talk about this later. So fine. I said something, keep this in mind. The average employer takes about 6 seconds to scan a CV, which is the recruiter. Nobody has time to start sitting with, okay, let me look at all his working experience, all what you have done. From your professional summary, I should be able to deduce that this person have done this without me not going through the whole thing. So within 6 seconds, it's going to determine if I'm going to shortlist this person for an interview, yes or no. That is why your CV have to be well arranged, well presentable. And I will talk about this later, but let me just say it. Also, you can have, there's nothing like generic CV. Fine, I have one particular CV. That is what I'm using to applying for all the jobs I see. Customer service, that same CV. HR, same CV. Banking and finance, same CV. Marketing, no, you don't do that. Those are the common mistakes we make. A lot of people have submitted, a lot of applicants, job seekers keep complaining every day. Yeah, please, I've been submitting my CV. I've not gotten feedback from anybody. Yes, you won't get feedback because you're not paying attention. Attention is number one thing when it comes to applying for job. You have to pay attention to the job description. What are they saying? Okay, does my own goal align with what they're saying? Does my skill set match the company's skill set, what they are looking for? And you have to look at, there's a way you prepare yourself. Fine, you have a particular company you want to, okay, fine, I want to work in GSK. I want to work in this particular field. You should be able to find out that for me to be able to work in that particular field, in that particular company, there's some skills they're actually required. Go back to their last vacancy in that particular field. Look at the things they actually requested for. If you don't have them, kindly, if you have to go on training, go on training. If you have to do this, do it. Prepare yourself. A lot of people don't prepare themselves. A lot of people are scared of leaving one job because they said, I'm on job, there's no job. I don't want to be out of job and be out of doing nothing. That is why I'm still in this job. In fact, the company is not paying me well. There's something I always tell people: if you know your onions, nobody can tell you shit. Sorry for using that word. If you know your onions, means when you know your job as a job, the company is going to know the value of you. Now, a lot of people are starting, I remember one time, COVID, things happened. A lot of companies were reducing staff, sacking because of what? And they leave some people out of it because they believe that this person is not that relevant. We have who can cover for that person. You have that significant person that, yes, if this person is not on the field, we all know that, yes, that's an important person. So imagine others, what happens to them? They just downsize them. So we are sorry at the moment due to the COVID. If you have space, we'll call you back later. But if you know your onions, you keep taking trainings, building yourself. Personal development is actually important. You will not be scared. You'll be jumping from one company to another. We used to say it, we've been hearing it. A lot of people are leaving Chevron because of what, and a lot of people want to die in Chevron. And that oil and gas, that is my goal. And some people are still leaving Chevron or another place. They are not scared because they know their worth, they know their onions. They can leave a job and get another. They know that within 1 month I will get another because they know they've built their career, they've built the web profile, good profile. So back to what we're discussing here. When it comes to, okay, these are the sites. We have so many sites. I have up to 10. So the one I make that I normally make use of is Zeti, which is that number one. So let me just show you how it works. So I'll just show you some things. It's simple. I've given you a template. How to work on a template is in Microsoft format. You just go through it, copy, paste, you remove it. It's easier. I've designed everything. When you're pressing next, if it is bullet you want, it's going to come out. Not the one you'll be the one looking for bullets, how to arrange words, things are not merging together. No. I have arranged everything perfectly. It's not going to give anybody problem. So if you have an existing CV, you can just upgrade it to that by copying and paste. That's all you do. But now, for some people that doesn't know how to package themselves, imagine you're a marketer, 7 years of experience, you are still writing, you are still putting on some words that doesn't even sell you out very well. So these are the things you can make use of this website. This website is going to make you and make things easier for you. So let me just close this and I'm going to show you my screen, my website, how you navigate all these sites. So any questions, please kindly let me know. I believe we are all following. Please just say yes in the chat box. Let me know so I know I'm not talking to myself alone. Which one am I even showing, sir? Okay. Okay. So okay. Like I said, the website, let me just press ZT resume builder. You can see it here. It's going to take you to the normal website, Google. That's it, ZT, that is it, ZT.com. I believe you can see my screen, everybody, please. Let me say yes. If you can see my screen, you can see I'm navigating to website. I'm using Google Chrome. Just press yes for me to know that you can see that my screen now. It's still loading, it's still coming up. What's happening? Can you hear me? Sorry, my network kicked me out. I'm sorry, please. Let me share my screen back again. Can you all see my screen now, please? Good. Thank you very much. Thank you. So this is the site. This is the first site. So if you don't have an account with them, okay, you can start by clicking on create your resume now. Just click on that. Okay. You can see this. It's asking you to choose your design. I mean, template of your choice. You have different templates here. You have so many templates here. You can see you have so many templates. It's telling you to choose any of your choice. Like me, I'll decide to choose later because I'm not making use of their templates. As you can still see my screen, it's asking you create a new resume. We will help you create a resume step by step. I have a resume. We will reformat it and fill in your information so you don't have to start all over from the beginning. That is what that one is telling you. So at this point, I have an existing resume to save up our time. What I will just do is I will click on this. I have a resume because I'm not using their format. What I want is generate words, AI words, and for me to copy it back to my existing resume. That's what I want to do here. So what I'm clicking on is I have a resume. It's telling me to what? Upload my resume. Okay, upload. Let me just look for somebody's. Okay, let me just click on this. Let me choose one. You can see it's actually the next thing is next. I believe you can see my screen, everybody. You can see it has already filled a lot of things for me. Your first name, your surname, your profession. Look at this aspect, profession. So at this point, I will tell you not to input profession because if you are using this, that is what is going to generate, that's what is going to use to generate your professional summary for you. But leave this place empty. So just leave it empty, just next. But if you know that you only have one career, like you've been doing sales and marketing for 7 years, you can just come here, you can put sales and marketing. But let me just leave it open for everybody to understand. So your phone number, the city, you can see Apapa, Lagos. I'm not writing number 52, Oluwa Shegun Street, Lekki, Osapa, London. No, city and state. That is what you are going to include. So you can see the email has already been there. The next thing is asking is what? Work history. Look at the next question on the screen is why do you need a resume? Job seeking a different version. Just click on skip for now. You don't need that. So you click on next, which is your work history. You can see this person previous you can see it, the CV. So look at this professional experience here. Export and coordinator, logistics officer, project supervisor. Let's assume now this is your CV and you want to edit some bullets here. What you need to do is just come on this console here. You can see this pencil. This everybody can see this. Look at this pencil here. Click on this pencil. It's going to take you back. You can see if you want to edit export and export coordinator, employer, that's the name of the company. So he started working in this company in December 2022, and this person is still working here. I currently work here, but you don't need all this. What you need is this. Click on next. Now, this is what I want you to take a look at. Let me erase all these things. For example, now you want to generate key achievements or responsibility. Let me just say key achievement, what you've done in a particular field. Let's assume I'm a sales and marketer. Just type sales as okay. Are you a sales representative, sales manager, sales officer? Which one? Okay, let me click on sales manager. So that's your title for that role. If you are HR, what I'm going to put there is human resources officer, human resources executive. We have so many. Anything any job, any work, any job title is already there. As I said earlier, there's nothing new. As an intern, you can put sales marketing intern, sales manager intern. Just type, fill in that job title, fill it here and leave the console. Click on that your search icon. So look at the generated words here. We have experts. These are expert recommended, and the other expert recommended. So just look at it one after the other. Okay, the first one says maintain relationship with customers and fund new ones by identifying needs and offering appropriate services. That's one achievement. Met with clients, delivering presentation and educating on product and service features and offerings. Let's assume these things doesn't fit into what you're doing. What I expect you to do is go down. Then you've seen something, sales manager, okay, resolve customer issues quickly to close deals and boost clients satisfaction. Click on this. What is happening? You can see it here. Then you click on next. Go down again. If you see anyone again, coach employees in successful selling method and encourage cross-selling to drive revenue. Click on this. If these are what you've done, you know you've done something like this, and you can defend yourself when it comes to interview, go through it. We have so many. Look at it. We have them here. We have many of it. What I need you to do is just click on the one you know that yes, you've done them. If you know you've done everything, pick the best 5. Conducted team meetings to reinforce goals and objectives, and set clear expectations about policies and procedures. Click on this. What I expect you to do is, assuming you've clicked your 4 bullets, what I expect you to do is just copy it, highlight all, or you can use the cursor to highlight all. Control A. When you do Control A, go back. You can just open a notepad, paste it there. Then, not to waste your time, you can just copy the first one. Since you are a sales manager, you are the manager, but don't forget, you start as a sales officer. Then copy this first 4 bullets, keep it in a notepad. Put it. The heading should be sales manager. So when you are writing your CV, you understand that okay, this one is for sales manager. Then go back again. Okay, maybe you started the career. You started in that same company as what? Sales representative. Click on sales representative. Can you see? Then come back to this place. Control A. Delete it. You can even clear that space. Then start looking for another one again. Created professional sales presentations and seminar. Okay, you can just leave that one. Sales representative. You can still see that still repeating some words. You will see some new words. Developed and delivered engaging sales presentation to convey product benefits. So this is how you are going to click on the ones you've done. You click on it, then Control A. You copy them, you put it in your notepad again. If maybe now you have a customer service again. Okay, the next job title is customer. Before I type, it's going to give you option. Customer service representative, specialist, agent, executive, customer service officer. You can see the website is already generating key achievement for you freely. So just to save your time, you do the same thing. Okay, you've done this, you can do it, you know how to do it. Click on it. You click on it. When you get the best 4 or 5, what you're going to do is select all, Control A, or use a cursor to select, highlight all, then you copy, put it in your notepad. Then what I expect you to do here is go back to that template I gave you, then start inputting all these things one after the other. I believe that one is clear. If this aspect is not clear, just say just or unmute yourself and ask questions before I move further, please. And if you are okay, you are getting what I'm saying, just type yes in the chat box. Let me know that yes. You understand what I've been saying since in this aspect before I move ahead. Okay.
Yes, you are doing fantastic. Very, very understood.
Okay. Good.
I have a question.
So,
please.
okay, what's the question, sir?
So if I was applying for a different role that is different from where I have my experience, maybe
Okay.
I'm trying to break into a different field. Can it, can this
Sorry, come
software?
again. Let me hear you. Please come again. Come again.
I said, if I want to create job description, my previous experience, what you're doing now, if I want to do it, but what I'm applying for is not, the experience I have is not related to what I'm currently applying for. For example, now, maybe I'm a customer service officer and I want to apply for the role of a marketer. But, there are some things that maybe some transferable skills that I can present as my past experience to show that, okay, I could also be useful as a marketer. This software, can it help me to, to craft that, do you get?
Okay, let me fine. I think I understood what you just said. Let me just come again. Let me paraphrase or reiterate what you said. If I should get you clearly, fine. You have an experience in customer service officer and you want to apply for marketing role.
Yes.
And actually, this software can generate things that you can even lie with this software. Let's assume you've not worked in sales and marketing. You just want to cook a data. What I mean by cooking data is, let me just lie in my CV that yes, I've worked as sales and marketing in somebody. You just go ahead, you press sales, that you have 1 year of experience working at Bulu Bala Industry, Agbara, Ogun State, as sales representative. It's going to give you jobs, achievement of sales and representative. Good. Okay. But that is a lie on the CV. But let me say something. I'm coming to that aspect later. I'm coming to that aspect of how to apply for jobs where people doesn't get feedback. Let me say this before I forget. I might not be able to say it again. When you're applying for the first thing, the reason why a lot of people don't get feedback from employers or recruiters is this. One of it is, imagine when the first thing I expect you to do is go back to the job requirement, the job description of what the job vacancy. There's somebody with prior experience or prior experience, what do you call that one, in sales and marketing, 2 years, and you don't have that 2 years. Somebody with knowledge of so how to make use of this software. You don't know how to make use of the software, which means you are not fit in for that role. If you are even though you have 50 years of experience as a customer service, if you apply for that role 50 times, I'm going to boldly hit my chest and tell you they will not call you for interview for once. Even though what they are looking for in sales and marketing is just 2 years, because what you've learned previously, the knowledge you gain in customer service is kind of different in sales and marketing. There's even between sales, there's even between marketing. Now, sales and marketing, you're a sales marketer. So the thing is, what they look in is, but for example, now, let's assume you have customer service experience, and now you see sales and marketing intern. What intern means is, even though you don't have knowledge of sales and marketing intern, you are transitioning, you are crossing to another field. So the word intern is telling you that if you have zero experience, we are welcoming you, we accept you. So in that space, what you expect to do is, but if it's intern, you can apply, being it banking and finance, accounting, tech. The moment you see the word intern, what I'm just going to tell you is you should know how to make use of computer, know how to make use of basic knowledge of Microsoft Word and Excel. Then you are free to go. Those are the normal requirements for intern. But for somebody, for someone of 5 years of experience, they expect you to have developed a lot of hard skills, which are your core competencies. And they're going to list it. So that is why they say submit your CV. So that's why some people do lie. They will lie in their CV, but they will get the interview. But during the interview, they will discover all these things because they are going to ask you some questions. How do you arrive at this? They will give you an instance, create a scenario for you. How will you sort yourself out? How will you do this? If you have been given A, how will you achieve B? You know, but for someone now, you know, see the way you've asked this question, assuming that I've called myself a career coach, a HR professional doing this and that. If you start asking questions about this, I'll just be doing M because I don't have the knowledge. Somebody just like that, he knows how to do it because, and now at the end of the day, questions are coming, you cannot defend yourself, which means they're going to catch that person. I don't know if I answered your question correctly.
Well, it doesn't really apply to what I asked, although you shared
ask again, let me get you.
Well, you covered to an extent, but not
okay.
What I wanted was like I wanted to know if well, obviously, like you said, that is, you made one important point. You said that if if you don't have experience in a role, you can't really apply for that role except in beginner role. So that one, noted. So what I was saying was, I was saying that, okay, how do you like present your customer service experience in such a way to show that, okay, yes, I can bring my skills from customer service to this beginner role of a sales and marketing. I was saying is that can the software do that? I just wanted to.
Yes. But what the software is going to do for you at the end of the day is we are going to that point. When we get to that point, I will explain it to you. That is your career objective, your profile, or your professional summary. I will show you those things. So that professional summary is going to captivate that you have experience in customer service. But with the experience of doing this in customer service, you can achieve these results. If you are given a chance, privilege to work in that particular field. Your career objective is what is going to tell you that. I don't know if you get what I'm saying now. Your career objective will be the one to summarize that aspect. But in that career objective, you tell them that you don't have experience in that particular field.
Okay.
So, but the experience you've had, the prior experience you've had before in social field, you can still apply it because they are kind of similar to each other. So that's why I used to say this: you can't have a generic CV. You have all CV must be tailored to that particular job you're applying for. Presently, I'm working with a son in the US. I have his LinkedIn logged in right now on my computer right away. I'm the one applying for the job. The first thing we started from CV writing. After I'm done with that, then every role he's applying for is going to tell me. My own I'm going to explain to him how he's going to do it. Then I will come back to his CV. I will change some words, put in some skills, then go back to his professional summary and tell them so person has done this, so person has done that, and this and that. Okay, I have a question from Ramsey Enoch. If you're applying for a particular job, must you meet all the requirements before you can apply? Let me just say, out of 6, make sure you have 5 if you know that you want to be invited for that role. It's very, very important. Let me say this, for example, I'm an HR. I'm looking for a sales and marketing for someone of 5 years of experience. And I said that person must have the knowledge, have the basic, have a background in real estate. That's what they call industry background. You can have sales, you can be a sales and marketer in FC, MG, or maybe in Flower Me. The knowledge of Flower Me is different from real estate. Those are 2 different companies. So in that case, I've already listed my requirements. The first thing is 5 years, at least minimum of 5 years in sales and marketing. Secondly, you must have a knowledge of real estate, basic background of real estate. That's another one. Must know how to make use of this so particular software. Sorry, I'm coming. So you must have the knowledge, or you must know how to make use of this particular software. And the third thing, you must know, I'm going to list all these things. The first thing I expect you to do is when you see any job description is the requirement. Do I fit in for this particular role? That's it. But maybe let's assume out of the 6 criteria, you're able to meet up with 5, you are good to go. That is a pass mark. Let me even say 4. That I'm very sure for you to have 4, maybe you must even have the knowledge of it. But for somebody that you don't have the knowledge of, maybe you only have knowledge of how to make use of that software, you don't have the knowledge of that. Before they can call you for interview, that's what they call selection. Recruitment and selection. Before they can select you for interview, then maybe out of all the candidates that applied for that particular role, you are the least, let me just say you are the best person, maybe that actually have that knowledge. Maybe other people doesn't have that knowledge of that particular role. That's when you can come in. But in that case, we have so many people that are best fit, they have those requirements A to Z. They will consider them 100 times before considering you. And the moment they get up to 10, 15, they will stop sending messages to people that come for interview again. I don't know if you understand that aspect, Mr. Ramsey, Enoch. Do you get it, or I should come again? Say yes, or you can unmute yourself and talk.
Sorry,
Mr. Ramsey.
Yes, I understand. Thank you. You can come again. Sorry,
okay.
Sir.
I can go ahead.
Yes. Thank you. There's this question I want to ask.
Okay,
like
go ahead.
If somebody is, if you are applying for a particular job, and eventually haven't looked at your CV, resume, looking at your cover letter and what have you, and you are not choosing. So what are the 2 areas? Can somebody get interviewed across a telephone call, or you get interviewed via?
Yes, you can.
The network is breaking. Your network is breaking. Can somebody hear him? Can somebody? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Better.
Yes. What I'm saying is that if somebody gets shortlisted in any application in a particular job, now and suddenly you are called that from that particular organization, that can you give me the summary of your experiences that you have gathered?
Okay.
Does that connote an interview, or until you are called physically before you can know that you are attending interview?
Okay, let me talk about this. We have various forms of interview. When it comes to interview, we have 4 types of interview. Let me start telling you that, because you will get lost. I will be saying something else. I can even start by sending a link. You people should go and write test. That's another form of interview. You've been shortlisted. For me to have called you on phone, I'm doing selection. At that point, that's what they call selection. That's what I'm doing. You've gotten a call. Most of people have not gotten anything at all. They will still be like, I've not had back from that from that company. So for you to have gotten a call, you have been shortlisted. So any question asking you is interviewing you directly. Tell me about yours. Even before they can even start asking that one, they will ask you, give you a notification. Is also time be okay for you? I don't know where you are at the moment. And I start calling you, tell me about your CV. No, I have to notify you. I'm calling from Agritag Consulting Firm. Please, I love your profile, I love your CV. Can we talk? Can we do 2 o'clock for us to talk better about this particular position you applied for? Then you say yes. Or are you available at the moment? Can we start? If you are okay, yes. Then they will start. Tell me about your experience. You can start telling them anything you like, anything you know you can do. So that is it for that one. Do I explain that?
Very well.
Good.
So that what I'm saying is that can make the whole thing concluded, and you can from there get your appointment right away as a result of that.
Yes.
Okay.
So let me even discuss this. How I started working with Agritech. Let me just give a brief.
Okay.
After a lot of things, I don't know, the number just came from LinkedIn. Then the next thing was a phone call. We spoke more than 4 or 5 times. Hello. So sometimes they will call me. I was doing one every task that time. I'll tell them, please, I will be the one to schedule another time for us to talk. Then at any moment we start talking, they start doing form of interview. At that point, we start talking. Talking. At some point, I thought maybe fine. I thought maybe I lost it, and they later call back again. That's what they do. At that point, I'm very sure I'm not the only person they're talking to. Okay. Do you get it? So, and when I got it, when you go find it's time for this time to bring this social person, and what I saw was, can you please send us your email? We discuss, and they send me a contract. I should sign if I'm okay with the terms and conditions, which I signed. If I'm not okay with it, I will tell them I'm not signing. Let them go ahead with another person.
Okay.
So the moment I start talking to you, you started something. If I'm okay with it, we go ahead. I don't know. Most of you must have heard about Upwork, Fiverr, remote work, getting online,
yes.
Getting a freelancing job. Before you can get a job, you know how it works. You might submit your proposal. That client will go through it. Don't forget, you are not the only person that sent a client proposal. But the client is actually looking for who speaks his mind. I don't know.
Okay.
The client is actually looking. The client is looking for, yes, this person is speaking my language. Understand what I want to do. Then the form of interview. The client will start asking you questions. How much do you charge? How do you do this? How do you do that? Like that. If the client is okay, the client will tell you, please, I'll keep my fingers close to you. We come back. I'm taking some randoms chats. When I'm done, I'll get back to you. When I'm done with my decision, I will tell you if I'm to move ahead with you or not. And at the end of the day, the client will tell you, say, fine, Mr. So, fine. I want to work with you. How much will you charge me if I'm to work with you? At that moment, for you to start talking about price, you've won a lot of aspects. Before you talk about price, negotiation, you must have done a lot of things for him to have talked. Some people, at the talking stage, they'll just say, no, this person is not best fit. They'll just, you just see, when you keep sending messages, you'll not get feedback from the clients.
Okay.
So
I think you've answered that. But the last one I think I should ask, I'm different from what the last thing you have said now. Like, for example, for somebody in tech that you've learned some basic skills, and probably you want to work remotely, right from wherever you are across globe. Now, I think there are ways of revamping a kind of proposal, as you have said. Do you have any software that can do that? That's, of course, that can tailor towards your own IQ, based on your own skills you have required, based on your learning curve, what you know about. Like, for example, now, let's say one is a professional accountant, and you have a lot of skills in the area of financing, in the area of investment, and the other ways, in the area of taxation. Then you do have a software like SET, something like this, that can revamp your own proposal to make it solid, so that, of course, you know that you can even make some adjustment within the context of whatever it has been recommended, for you or to you by that particular software, that you can easily amend, that if you are eventually recommended to, you can grab all of those contents being recommended and put that one upstairs. Anytime you are able to call for interview, without fear of favor or fear of phobia, you can be able to respond to the interview at any point. Do you have a software like that?
No. The only software I have is what is going to guide you. There's no perfect software. Let me say this. You have to, like I said, you have to, change some words to fit in what you actually want. Let me give you, for example, give me an example. Let me use tech. I think I'm familiar with tech very well than accounting. I'm a full stack developer. Let me tell you, can you listen? Everybody, please pay attention to this. You are getting to that point. When we get to LinkedIn, you get, you understand this thing more. But everybody, please pay attention to what I want to say. For example, I'm a full stack developer, or I'm a software developer, senior software developer. Let me use that word. For you to be a senior software developer, which means you must have done a lot of things, serious task. You know how to make use of the word senior. You can use this JavaScript, you can use this, you can do the front end, you can do the back end, you can do the whatever, you can do the API, you can do the anything. Now, how to bring your words together as one. Let me teach you. what will make you best fit. What I expect you to do is all these things you can do, just note them down. Note them down. Do you know what I expect you to do? Now go to your LinkedIn, search senior software developer. LinkedIn is good. I'm going to teach you that when we get to that place. It's going to show you various people from, you can select country. You can, do your selection based on country, different region. They tap so many software managers. They look at their skills. They look at look at the similarities. If this person is measuring this particular skills, measuring this, you know that kind of skills is very, very important as a senior software developer. So those are the valuable technical hard skills that you are going to be making use of in your CV, and the same thing on your LinkedIn account. Because if that means those are the words the recruiter is going to bring in, that's what they call Boolean search. I'll just put your name, I'll just put software developer plus Java plus this plus, then the moment I press enter, anybody that have this kind of skills, that's what they call filter, and filter will just filter them. Those people will be the ones to come out as the best search. What happened to the rest? Because those words are not in the account, it's not in the LinkedIn account. So fine, like you said earlier, Ron, let me just say, for example, as a full stack developer, senior software developer, that's what they call portfolio. Build your portfolio.
Yes.
CV might not say much about you. That's what they call portfolio. If you are a graphic designer, building your portfolio, designs, the one you've done yourself, different designs, put it there. So anytime you put that one on your LinkedIn, it's going to be on that portfolio link is going to be on your LinkedIn. The portfolio link is going to be on your CV. So when I just see that, fine, a lot of people just will be fine. There's some skills that they want to see what you've done. They don't want to read. I'm not ready to read. I want to see what you've done. They will just click on that link. Before you know, they've seen all the kind of things you've done, the work you've done, the projects you've done, the case study, and if they're okay with it, this person is creative. Then before you know, they will call you for an interview. So for you to have packaged yourself, then your CV, you don't have much. Your CV, just make sure that all the skills you said, all these things, you have to input them in your CV. But for a software to generate all these things together as one for you, no. The only thing software can do for you is to give you knowledge. Like now, for example, let me just say, if you want to have skills, if you want to know all the skills required for any software developer or full stack, just type it, Google, core competencies, everything is there, core competence and skills for software developers. Google is going to show you the best core competency you should have as a software developer and the skills. Just copy it, put it in your CV. Copy it, put it in your CV. But the best part is your professional summary. We get to that aspect. And everybody have heard about ChatGPT. There's a way you use ChatGPT. You can just put, even though you said ChatGPT cannot write a CV for you to your taste. I don't even buy the idea of the only thing I normally do with ChatGPT is ask some questions. Let me call skills of this particular person. Or to write a professional summary. Then I'll not come and paraphrase it. I will write it. Because there are some words that is going to give you, and that person doesn't have that particular skills. What you need to do is just go there, edit it, remove this one, put that one, and that's just it. I don't know if
you've answered. Please, can you type what you have just said last? I did not understand what you
ChatGPT, ba?
Yes.
Okay.
Write it so that
you can see my screen, ba?
We are seeing it here.
I have to. Okay, sorry. I'm coming. Let me close this screen and share another screen for you. I'm coming.
Okay.
So I can share. Okay. I love it. You guys are actually. This is what I love. Ola, where are you now? Where is the mini screen? What is this? Grammarly. Screen dirty. PowerPoint. Show all windows. This is what I'm looking for. Can you see my screen?
Yes, obviously I can. Okay.
You can see this. This is my Telegram screen. This is my Telegram chat.
Yes.
This is my Telegram something. You can register an account with ChatGPT, any of your choice. You pay them premium, you make use of it. Look at this.
Okay. I've seen it.
Okay.
I've seen it. Hello, everyone. Just a quick, I think I've seen it here.
You can see this. You can see the ChatGPT and you can see this box. You can see this boot.
I can see it.
This is a premium account. Look at this, for example. Right. You can see what I'm typing.
Yes, right. A professional summary for a full stack developer. With 5 years of experience.
Look at it.
I've seen it.
Okay, good. Can you see?
Okay. It has brought it.
Thank you. Now,
it has brought it.
Thank you. So there are a lot of
Thank
things.
You very much.
I love this. This is what I love. I love questions. There are some things that I might not be lucky to say it, but if you ask questions, I will say more than intended, like Odumodu.
Yes, because as we are saying it, because of your expert trait, you continue to say, but there are some certain things one has to just pick. Then by the time you pick it, you ask. So that one will now, you will flow together along with you as we are speaking.
Good. I'm still coming to this aspect, but just make me to jump into this. Now, for example, now look at this. I've written this. As a seasoned full stack developer with 5 years of experience, I have a proven track record of delivering high quality software solutions that meet clients' needs. My expertise lies in designing, developing, and maintaining complex web applications using various programming languages and frameworks. I possess, if you can look at this, now that's the way I will come into it. I will just copy it, I will highlight or copy it, put it back on my notepad, then I'll start editing. Then I'll go back to that person's skills. There's some things I'll now go back to that person's achievements, what that person has done before. Then I'll ask, instead of saying I possess a strong understanding of both front end and back end development, allowing me to create seamless user experience. I can change it. I can use the word using my C plus Java something.
It's just
using this
it's a way of you are going to paraphrase it and to suit what you have or what you know. That's it.
Badamwa wallahi.
That's it. Alhamdulillah.
Kaganiko.
Thank you very much.
Good. You're welcome. So we can go back to where we stopped. Fine. Let me stop sharing then. I believe everybody is following. Let me say yes. Let me see you type yes in the chat box, please. If you are all following, please. Good. Even though by the time if we spend 7 hours, nobody will know because everybody is interacting, participating. Okay, what am I doing here before? Okay, what am I sharing? What is this? Okay, this is what I'm sharing. Good. I think this is where we stopped. While writing your bullets, your experience. Are we out there? So the same thing we are going to do here is just, you just type full stack again. Let's assume that person is a full stack developer. Everything is there. Can you see full stack developer? Everything is there. You don't need to, then you start looking at it, reviewing codes, debugged problems, and corrected issues. What you just need to do is copy, select all, you delete this one, look at the ones you can do, you've done, you click on them, then, you click on all these things, you copy them, you put it in your notes pad. So at the end of the day, you will copy it and go and insert it inside your template. That's it for working history, your professional experience. The next thing is next. Now, can you see it's taking you back to this place? Then you scroll down, you don't have anything to do. You don't have anything to do here. It's telling you education, you don't have anything to do with your education. It's asking you to input your education. You don't need that. You are not using their template. If you are to use their template, they are going to charge you something dollar at the end of your something. So for them not to charge you, I've given you template. If you need template like this, I still have it. I can give it to you. And you can use Canva. If you register Canva, Canva is going to give you 1 month free subscription. You can use Canva to design. But before you can use Canva to design, make sure you've generated your words. Have your words. What Canva is going to do for you is going to give you templates, different designs, various designs. What you need to do is copy, you paste. Copy, paste. Canva is going to arrange them for you automatically. Are we on the same page? Next, look at this page. It's telling me skills. I don't need their skills since I have my skills. Summary. Now look at this place. This is another page of how to write a professional summary again. Are we on the same page? Instead of me using ChatGPT, I'll just type the same thing here. Full stack developer. Cool. Can you see? Look at all this. These are different. Can you see them? Then you can read the first one. Let's assume this one I want to choose is coming here. You can only pick one, and you can pick two. Then you know how to match them together. Look at this first one. Well-qualified full stack developer, familiar with wide range of programming utilities and languages, knowledgeable of back-end and front-end development requirements, handles any part of process with ease, collaborative team player, and excellent technical abilities, offering, look at this place, click on this place, 5 years of related experience. That's all. But don't forget, I said something in the beginning. What does professional summary covers? Who are you? What do you want to offer? So look at the first thing. The first line is telling them is what? Well-qualified full stack developer. This is who am I? I'm a full stack developer. Now my skills with a wide range of programming utilities and languages. That's part of my, like I'm telling them that I understand different programming languages, and I have the knowledge of back end. These are my hard skills. Knowledge of what? Back end and front end development requirements. Those are the hard skills. I'm telling them I'm well knowledgeable. I'm well versatile with back end and development requirements. Then continue. Handles any parts of process with ease. Now look at this. Collaborative team player. These are your what? Soft skills. Yes, that person I've talked about is what? Who am I? What are my skills? What am I bringing to the company? I'm telling you that I can bring in the knowledge of backend and frontend to the company, with using my soft skills again, the collaborative team player, excellent technical abilities. Those are the soft skills. Can you see? It's not as if we just write something, sentence. Some people will write big grammar. It's not just about the big grammar. You should be able to, the word professional summary is to tell you that, fine, this is who I am, these are my skills, and this is what I'm offering to that particular company. That's it for, I think I'm done with professional summary. That's the last aspect. The same thing you need to do here is just copy or Control C, put it on your notepad, go back to your template, you paste them there. That's just it. No much talk. And if you're not okay with this, you can erase it, go down, look at another one. Look at another one. This one is talking about, so this is another one. You click on it. Software development professional with experience in developing and designing web application using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Angular, Nodes, React. Adapt. This one is not saying much thing. You can erase this one, look for another one again. Type it. So we have them differently. Then you choose the best one that suits in, that fits in what you actually wanted. Respectful self-motivator, gifted at finding a reliable solution for software issues, experienced in that task is that software you know how to use, and that skills you can do, and offering skills in that kind of skills, fluent in which language? Is it computer language, programming language? All these things, as a full stack developer, you already know what to do when you start reading all these words. Let's now, for example, somebody with 0 experience, intern, I'm an intern. I'm starting my career. So I want my professional summary to talk about. I have 0 experience. Just type intern. Can you see? Intern trainee. Internship trainer. That you're a trainer. Intern engineer. Let's assume that you are looking for an intern engineer or internship student. Let me just say intern. Let me click on the word honorary intern. This is it. Look at what it's bringing for you as an intern. Resourceful team player with experience with common software. Okay, it's still talking about that former software. With common software applications and social media platform. Well versed in business organization, strategies for successful modernizing workplaces, skilled at project support. This one, you know that this one is too hard for me. I don't like it. Leave it. Control it, delete it. Look for the other one that I know that yes, it's talking about what you can do. Look at this one. Skilled multitasker with superior work ethics and good teamwork, problem solving and organization skills, willing to take on any task to help team, reliable and dedicated team player with hardworking and successful approach. You can look at this one. This approach is just all what that person is saying here is soft skills, no hard skills. And inside this statement is telling you that willing to take on any task, which means I'm willing to take on any available position in that organization. So that is it for E2. Any questions in this aspect of CV writing? I'm done 100% satisfaction when it comes to training. If you have any question, please ask. Anything CV writing, I think everybody should understand now and how you can go about it. If you have questions, please ask. And if you don't have, you can type in the chat box.
Sorry, I'm having a question.
Ask, I'm available.
Thank you very much. I want to once appreciate your explanation. It has been so lucid and understandable. But what I'm saying here is after one will have followed all the fields, right from the heading to the work history to education skills summary. Now, what is going to be the full boss output of all of this we have filled right from the beginning?
Don't forget, you have your templates. I've already given a design template.
Okay.
So, copying all these things, I'm not using that template. If you have to use that template, when you get to that point, if you look at my console here, finalize. When you get to finalize, it's going to ask you to pay money.
Okay.
Get their template. So that's why I'm telling you to copy and paste. I didn't mean if you can pay them, you can pay. Then as I just put in all these things, they'll be done to arrange everything for you. Then you just get the results.
Okay.
But the most important thing I just want you to get is how to write a professional summary and how to get key achievement and responsibility of what you've done, what you are doing in a particular position.
Okay.
So those are the two things I want to explain to you.
I think the format is what I joined the class very late. So, but with the time being I joined, I was able to, I know you've answered me brilliantly. But if I can, you can still, that particular template, I wouldn't know if
it's in the Google Drive. Do you have the Google Drive? Don't worry. This class, I'm still going to upload it to that drive. Then I will send the link again. So you see the video of the first class. You see the format. I have a separate column.
No problem.
For different formats that you can best US standard formats.
Okay.
Best one. I've seen a lot of people's CV in this group, and I'm very, very much happy.
Okay.
I'm very much happy. A lot of people have contacted me. We've done a lot of things outside this class, and I'm much happy with what they've done so far.
Oh, that is fine.
So, any other question? So, for now, I'm going to say congratulations on how to write a CV. Everybody should know how to write a CV by now. We already have an existing CV. Hello, sir, I'm with you.
Hello. Yeah, well done, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
For me,
all right, sir.
I've been working for several years in electricity industry.
Wow.
And presently, presently I'm taking a course in data analysis because I intend to transition to tech.
Good.
But
Fantastic.
how do I marry my experience in the industry and the remote work now? Because what I'm doing now, I can't actually do it remotely. The essence of transitioning to tech is so that maybe I can get a job remotely. But if I'm being asked of experience now, it's experience I've had in a different industry. How do I marry the two together?
Let me be clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. Because I'm stretching myself. I'm taking a walk. So now let me tell you something. That is the two different skills. All what you've learned before in power holding as a engineering, how to fix this and that, is not, you don't need it at all when it comes to tech, because you've started another career fresh. So you can't combine them together. You can't tell me that as an power holding manager now you're looking for a role in tech. Nobody's going to give you what they need you to do in tech. To get a tech job, build your portfolio. When you started, you've now, since you can do the normal basic thing, but you don't have much experience, even though you can do the job, because of you've not have that, big experience, like 2 to 3 years of experience. I will advise you to take on an intern. Look for intern. That's what they call interns. There is there outside. A lot of, I used to say it. What you just need to do is on your CV, forget all what you've done as a electrician man. Sorry using that word, power holding manager. What you just need to put on your CV. No, you don't even to tell me that you've done an electricity job before. Remove it. It's not needed. I don't need it. Just put in your portfolio any work you've done. Put it. The skills you can do it. All those skills, the hard skills, the core skills, the core competencies. List them. Tell them you've worked on projects, you've assisted when you were learning, you've designed one website on your own as a tech, you can, there's some things that you can do on your own. That's why they call them remote worker. Most of them work at home because they can, all these things that are telling you to do at home is what you must have done before. So you can play with, you can say, okay, fine, I designed this social website. Don't wait for somebody to come and pay. Since you have all the requirements, you have the skills, you have the instruments, just be doing it, build your portfolio. For example, now a graphic designer, just design something, keep designing, be putting it in your portfolio. So by the time you have an intern role, you can just submit that but if you see most of the tech role, they will tell you to submit your GBT or something. Submit your GBT, if I get that word, that's what they call GT up. Submit that link. That's what they will ask you to do. That link is telling you all the work you've done, or any work you are doing self as a tech. When you are done working, that's how you'll be keeping all your work. You have a CV, but all the work you've done, all the app you've built, all the API, all the everything, you have to be keeping these things. As you are doing it for the company, you are keeping your own inside your own portfolio too. So that is when I will believe. When I have that, when I ask you to give me that link, when I look through it, that link I've already told me that you've worked with this also company so year. This company in the US, you are the one who built the new GT Bank app. You are the one who designed the new UBA app. Wow, you are the UI UX designer. I worked those things. You will still be on your CV, but the real main work, as like maybe another copy, like duplicate of what you've done, you will have it inside that place. Because I think that GT hub has this kind of space to accept data like that. So I don't know if I've answered your question very well, because you are transitioning into another new field. So you have to start after learning.
It's clear. It's clear to me now.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, that's all right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir, Mr. Edward. Oh, thank you, Mr. Afam. I wasn't looking at my system. GT up. God bless you. Don't mind me, I'm a local man. So any other question pertaining to this? In the absence of no question, I will say congratulations. No. Absence of no question, I've already designed. I was thinking maybe, I don't know. Oh, wow, that's interesting. I love this class. I'm enjoying it. I was even thinking we'll go into LinkedIn optimization today. But this is 2 hours already. Or should we continue, or we should stop here for today?
Let's stop here for today, please.
All right, sir. All right, sir. So thank you, everybody. So the next class, we'll be discussing LinkedIn Optimization. What is LinkedIn? I've heard about LinkedIn. What is it all about? Say, I'm even there all these years. How does it operate? How am I going to do it? Our next class, I'm going to discuss all these things. What is LinkedIn on its own? What is optimization? Is it just that's the grammar? Okay, how am I going to do it? Optimization. We are going to discuss all these things. Any other question you have relating to it, keep it. And I'm very sure you are going to enjoy that one more than this. So it's simple. Just pay attention. You can do it. And I think I will just ask for somebody. The next class is holding Saturday, 7 o'clock, same time. Yes, what time? How to look for a job? What I'm trying to explain in that aspect is how to submit job. I can teach you how to look for jobs. That one is when we get to LinkedIn, I will teach you that. Then how to apply for jobs is what I want to tell you. Let me just explain that one. That one within, I think, 15 minutes should be done. How to submit applications. I want you to note some things. There's some slight mistakes, common error we do when submitting application. That's why most of us, let me use us.
Sorry, please, before you go ahead, I wanted to ask you something.
Ask.
Okay. Are you also going to teach us like how to bid for jobs on Upworks?
I know it, but my class wasn't covered, I know it.
Please, you have to do it. You have to do it, Mr. Raskin, because your class is very, very enjoyable. So if it's going to be a kind of additive, please do this for us, please, for God's sake. Thank you.
Hey, don't worry. Just remind me by the time I say we've come to the end of the show, then we're now going to, I'll give you one PDF to read and I'll tell you how to do it, bid for works and other things. It's simple, but it's kind of, tasking a little bit, but it's not, I'll teach you, don't worry. I'm very sure we were able to cover our last class on next week Saturday, then the last Saturday, then I will use it to touch any questions, any area you want me to touch, even though it's not anything concerning LinkedIn or CV. I'll do it. Just like this Upwork of a thing, even though it's not in my syllabus, it's not part of what they start to teach. So, but I will teach you that. I want to do something. Okay, I want to show you something. I was talking about how to apply for jobs. These are the common error most of us we used to make when applying for jobs. I've done that, just like you, but some of us are still doing it, but we don't know. First thing is when you see flinging of CV, what I mean by flinging, it shows laziness. Flinging means when you forward a CV. Let's assume you just apply for one role, software developer now with a Jazeera company in US. Then the same role again, the same software developer again in Sun City company in UK. Then instead of you to start afresh, that you write your letter, then attach your CV, then you go back to that one you've done before, the one you did at Al Jazeera, you just forward, boom. You forward it to that company, and by the time your CV submits, your email is submitted, is successfully sent, then that person will now see that arrow forwarded. The moment I see forwarded, you are telling the interviewer that I'm very lazy. For you to have forward, that shows you are a lazy person. It's not even going to open your application. That's another zero. So another thing is, when applying for jobs, that's what they call subjects. They will tell you in the job application that use the job title as your subject. Hello?
We are with you. Please.
Okay, I think my iPod got disconnected. Let me change it to the other one.
We are listening to you loud and clear.
Okay, well, let me continue then.
Please, this particular presentation, can it be uploaded in the drive?
Yes.
This particular presentation, this PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, it's there already. Sorry, my network kicked me out. I'm back again. Can you hear me now? Hello? Oh, thank you. My network kicked me out, so I'm back. My network is actually, I don't know. maybe too much of call disturbing my phone. So somebody was asking a question. Okay, I said I'm going to upload this same class. I'm going to upload the same thing to the drive. So you can see this, the previous, when I send the link again, you see the previous class and you see this today's class again. So as I was saying, thank you very much, Mr. Ramsey. You know what you've been doing for more than, it's not up to 10 years, Sha. It's not up to 10 years. It's just, I've been facilitating classes, different classes. If I tell you I'm a real estate developer, will you believe it? Let's just continue with this. So, as I was saying, the second thing error I have my company in Abuja there. So don't worry, sorry for another day. Let's leave that one. So when applying for jobs, I say okay, the common error when submitting applications, please. I was saying then said when you see job description and they're asking you, use the job title as your subject. Don't do that mistake. What they're telling you there is, if you are applying for the role of accountant or the full stack developer, what you need to do is write full stack developer as your subject. Then that's what they call body of the mail. Body of the mail is that white blank sheet you are seeing. Don't just attach your CV and send. I expect you to type, dear hiring manager. Then I saw this role, so I would draft a copy, I would draft something like that. I saw this role on Twitter, on your company website. I'm interested in applying for this position. I have these core skills of XXXY. If I'm being opportune to, privileged to work in your company or get opportunity to be interviewed, I'm going to explain further how I'm going to move ahead the companies with these particular skills. Best regards. Kindly find the attached documents for my resume or for my CV. Then you now attach your CV below. No, I'll do it. So don't worry, next class I will show you something like that. Next class I will show you something practical. I'll show you something practical, something like that. So that's it for that. Then the other thing is, I said it, don't just submit. After even writing, you've made the job title as your subject. Don't just forward the email just like that. Make sure you attach every email. Attach every CV to the email. Don't forward it to each other. So, and lastly, let me say this again. Make sure you go back to the job description. Make sure the skills the skills match, is well tailored to your CV. Make sure everything are well tailored to each other. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Look at the job requirements. As a marketer, they're asking for 5 years. Thank God I have 6 years. I have 6 years. You put it there. Yes, that's a mark. You are marking yourself. They say somebody that can make use of Excel using pivot table. Thank God I know how to use pivot table. Then you go back to your technical skills. You write it. Pivot table, W, whatever. They will know that, yes, this person knows how to use. This person actually passed their requirements. Is best fit for their job vacancy. Then you look at those things, you cross-check your CV, you put them together, and that's just it. By the time you submit, you will get feedback. Even though they are not moving your application forward, it's still a feedback. It's better than none. And even though they are moving forward, you get a feedback. So it's very important. So, and which any other thing again that comes to my mind, maybe next class we'll discuss about that. We'll discuss about that. So that's just it. That's just it. That's it for that. And let me just call it a day. So I enjoyed this class today, and I believe everybody enjoyed this section. So if you have anything to say, any question before I stop recording, please kindly signify or unmute yourself. Everybody can unmute themselves and say whatever they like. That's how we don't even enjoy the class. You have been talking to yourself, I don't understand anything. Let me know. If you are shy of saying that one, come to my message, my WhatsApp message. Tell me, Oga, I did not even enjoy your class. Okay, Oga, I don't understand this, but I was busy. Can you explain this one for me? Please let me know. I love taking feedback. Feedback is what, If you tell me this, maybe I'll be done to work on myself.
Hello, Mr. Razak.
Yes, sir, Maga. I'm with you.
Yes. Hello.
Taufik. I'm with you.
You have really the competency that
the network is breaking. The network, I think the network is kicking him out. Hey, any other person before he comes back then? Any other person? Hello, he's back. Mr. Tafik, yeah, you're back. Thank God.
Yes, what I'm saying is that I just want to appreciate. I want to appreciate you very well.
Thank you very much.
You've really displayed your competency. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Tafik. Thank you too.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Mr. Enoch on the beat.
Hello, Mr. Razak.
Yes, sir. I'm with you, sir.
Hello.
I'm with you, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Okay, I have a job. Thank you for a job well done.
Thank you very much.
In fact, the class is so interesting. Actually,
thank you, sir.
This is like an eye-opener to a lot of us. Some people are not talking, but I know they are really impressed with the class so far. Personally, I'm going to be discussing something with you privately much later. So I'll reach out to you. I want to say a very big thank you to you on behalf of the whole class.
Thank you very much.
God bless you. More grace, more money in your bank account.
Amen, sir. Amen, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you to Mr. Ramsey.